light. Wait a minute. Here we go. Bam. There we go. The platform sports talk show. Your boy Smooth along with
Bunny,
when it's about sports
it becomes our business.
and business. Like Ludacris said, business. Just picked up. What is going on with you, Bunny? How do you be? What's going on with you?
Yeah. Hey, happy hump day, happy hump day.
Happy
We almost at spring
Happy
and I
Hump
can't
Day.
wait.
Hump Day.
So good outside today.
Again.
I know we on a winter streak. I'm ready for it. Spring,
Man.
man, bring it on. We want to be done with winter. No more coats, no more being cooped up in the house, especially with the Rona. So yeah,
Yeah,
time to get
man.
out.
And it's crazy because I was telling Stan 2 weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, it was nothing but snow on the ground, little bit of ice. Everybody like, oh my god, what we gonna do? It's going crazy. And I'm like, people, especially if you live in St. Louis more than freaking, if you are an adult that's lived here your whole life, you shouldn't be surprised about the weather. You know what I'm saying? You know it's gonna happen. You know it's
You
gonna
know how it
happen.
is here. We get 4 seasons in 1 week and keep it moving.
And keep it going. Keep it going. Shouts out to Miss Williams. She says, hi, Fred. Hi, Bunny.
Hey, Miss Williams.
There we go. Shouts out to my boy, uh, former band member. He's a producer. My boy, Cordial. I got him like, hey, bro, I need some fire. I want to have a nice, dope intro for the show, a nice little theme. And I thought about NBA on NBC. I'm like, you recall that? Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. He was like, yeah, I know that. I'm like, hey, if you can freak that out, make it happen, I need that. And he held it down. So everyone, that is our new theme song for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. Shouts out to
Mm-hmm.
Cordial. Make sure y'all get at
Yes,
him.
thanks, Cordial. Appreciate you.
Yeah, shouts out to my old band, the Immortal Soul Era. Fun times, great times,
Oh, wait,
man.
is Immortal Soul gonna make a comeback or just do a one not a one hit wonder, but a one song wonder for us real quickly or something?
I
Trip
mean,
down
they,
memory
they
lane.
they still doing their thing right now. I may come in every now and then, do a little, appearance every now and then. But me, Mister Jack of all trades, right here. I'm so freaking
Okay,
busy,
okay,
So we'll see, But shouts out to
okay.
him, and once again, shouts out to my boy Cordial. But we hope everyone is having a great Wednesday once again, being warm wherever you are at. For those in Texas who's been through a whole lot with the crazy
Mm-hmm.
snow that was going
Mm-hmm.
on, we hope everything's getting better for you. We know the power was out weeks ago. It was just crazy. We hope that everyone's doing well. Stan will not be on tonight. He will be back with us next week. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Bunny, shouts out to you and the ladies last week. Y'all held that down. You, Purple Rain, Andy Greer, and the return of Jobo.
Yes, now that she's a new mama, we're keeping her busy, but I'm glad she was able to tune in and give us her thoughts. So yeah, shout out to all those ladies, wonderful panel of women. Can't wait for next month's ladies' night. We're gonna bring you some more great topics and fun.
Most definitely, man. Y'all definitely hit a lot of nice topics. Uh, and it's no surprise, Annie, you know how she comes with it. She doesn't hold back. And it was like when you brought up the subject about the equality and by the transgenders,
Hmm.
playing girl. Of course, if you were born a man and now you're a woman and you want to play in, a woman's sport, whatever, and like
Hmm.
she like took it there. Like she just went there, and I loved it. Y'all have
Yeah.
we have a great time on the show. It's energetic, it's fun, it's informative. We
Hmm.
can joke around, especially you and Annie and the Cowboys, and etc. But
Yeah.
just
And
being
look,
able
and
to
this today is the day she can actually brag about the
right,
Cowboys,
right,
about our boy
right,
Dak
right,
Prescott.
right. We'll talk about that in a minute. But just seeing how serious she got in regards to that topic, it was just good content. It was just great to see. But once again, shouts out. It was like the fifth edition now of Ladies Night, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, fourth
Yeah,
edition.
fourth edition. And I'm telling hey, people, next month it's gonna be even crazier. More guests. It's gonna be crazy. It's not gonna stop here at the platform sports talk show. But I was checking out. Did you see the Inside the NBA documentary, the 4-part series yet on TNT?
No, that with Shaq being the
Shaq?
center of it.
No, well, no. Everybody was like each episode was.
I guess I saw the highlight with him, which is classic, but no, I didn't get to see the whole 4-part series. No, I just saw it on him.
And Miss Williams says Ladies Night was a fun show. It definitely was. But yeah, pretty much each episode was about each person. So the first one was Ernie, then it was Kenny Smith, then it was Charles Barkley, then last it was Shaq. And it has made me not saying I didn't already do it, because you know how I love our show, but it just shows when you're just being yourself, you know, enjoying yourself, not doing what others are saying, not force feeding stuff, but you're just being you and you are showing your love for sports. You don't have to know every single thing about sports. You know what I'm saying? When I invite people over
Right.
to our show, you don't really have to know about everything. You know what I'm saying? We don't expect you to, you know, but we just want to have a great conversation, whether you know all the sports or not. And that's why I appreciate everyone who's tuned in to our show over almost 4 years next month. And um, people who may not have known as much about the show, to then now they watch it and they are informed about more things, whether it's about national topics, hot topics, whatever, or whether it's including our special guests that we've had on the show. People gravitate to those stories they hear. And
Hmm.
it's just really cool that we're able to have that platform, no pun intended, to provide that to everybody. So just watching the NBA, Inside the NBA on TNT and the documentary these last few days, it's just really cool because you just have fun, you're doing what you do, and like I already told you and Stan, I definitely appreciate both of y'all from Sadal, B Baker, from all the ladies from Ladies Night. Hey, definitely appreciate it. Ms. Williams says it was a really good discussion about equality, diversity, and acceptance in sports. I definitely agree
Yes,
because
very, very good discussion.
I think sometimes, and tell me your opinion on it, but I feel sometimes when sports is mentioned, people want to always put that to the back burner, like, oh, it's just a game, or it's just sports. What do they know? But it brings so much unity together, especially during a hard time. What's your thoughts on that?
You are correct. Sports and music, the main two things which they intertwine under entertainment that brings people together from all racial backgrounds, religious backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds, countries. Sports music does it. And shout out to people that may not keep up with sports, but they still have an ear to what's going on. Somebody like my mother, I call her a fake fan all the time because she's not from St. Louis, but of course, being in St. Louis all these years, you embrace the Cardinals and everything else. But sometimes she'll say one thing and say another. I'm like, that's the wrong sport, or don't act like you're a real fan now because you know this one player and you didn't know the rest of the roster, stuff like that. But
Right.
yeah, it's important though that you can at least get a little bit of sports and you know it's still important. And I know people sometimes don't like when athletes and specifically black athletes use their platform to promote other things such as social justice or such as you know uh, police brutalities or bills that are not in favor of blacks. And sometimes people are like, well, why we just can't stick with sports or why we got to bring that. But if you don't know, there are a lot of moving parts to not just the person that's showing up on the grass, on the court. There are people behind the scenes, and there are a lot of people that are, employed, and it makes a difference. So I know just looking at what's on the field and what's on the court is like, oh, okay, that's it, and cut it off. When the cameras go off, it's still a lot of moving parts going on. A lot of people's livelihoods and that are affected. So shout out though to all the people from athletes, coaches, trainers, parents, and anybody in between that's helping athletes now and our future athletes. So appreciate y'all.
Most definitely, most definitely. And uh, like I said, man, it's more, and we know that LeBron James had marketed this the whole nine more than an athlete, and he had more than sports because it is, man. It's so much that sports, and like you said before, music can bring. It brings the calmness. It brings a getaway from all the craziness that's been going on outside of sports. It's kind of like it takes you away from reality for a minute. And you can enjoy a few hours of what you love. So, and that's why I love doing this show. You know what I'm saying? Because we provide for an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes three, if the conversation are just that damn good and we don't want to stop it. That's what this show is about. So with that being said, we need everyone right now to hit that like, that share button, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, subscribe. Hold on, wait. Tell me when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready.
Wait. I gotta go get it.
All right. So while she's getting it, this show is brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Once again, yours truly, Mr. Jack of all trades. Head on over to Smoooth. Wait a minute, where we go? Head over to smoothproductions.com. Book your boy. Let me produce something for you. DJing services, hosting, whatever it is. And if y'all need, like what Craig Black said a while back, we gotta have Bunny, come on our show and hold things down. We gotta make sure that y'all get that Bunny. Have her be on your sports talk show as well. Let's collab on some things. We ain't shady. We all about love, baby. You know what I'm saying? We all about love. But with that being said,
you feel like a true radio DJ right now. We all about love.
Right. But with that being said, go on YouTube, subscribe, click on that. Because anytime we go live,
you will be notified.
There we go. Keep them shares going, y'all. Keep them lights going real strong. We have a great show for you in store. When we bring them on later on, it's going to be some great stories told. We're going to have a high time, no pun intended, in this show.
Gonna have a good time.
And as y'all see, Bunny has her green screen up, but she doesn't have it set up all the way yet. But pretty soon, how you see my screen looking right now, hers gonna be looking the same way very, very soon. We gonna get her right, y'all. We gonna get her right.
I'm a work in progress, y'all. I'm work in progress.
Yes. Matter of fact, tell everybody about your story from from last week that you thought you was getting a green screen.
Do I want to mention the company? Sure. Yeah, because I'm a shareholder. So yes, I will mention Amazon, where I purchased the green screen from. Box came in, lifted my front door. I'm like, oh, okay, finally I can get on Smooth's level, get the green screen, be looking like everybody else when we on Zoom. And I took the box top off, a little rug. That's all it was. And on top of that, the little rug, or the mat, I should say, the mat said, stop. Don't forget to wash your hands. I ordered a green screen, y'all. And I getting a mat? Whoa. Ain't no mat cost that much, and let alone the fact that they talking about stop, wash your hands. Because I know I don't need a reminder to do that pre-COVID. Since I was potty training, I knew to wash my hands. Okay, so what the heck? So Amazon jacked my order up, but I took it back, and they sent me a new one within 2 days. So shout out to them.
2 days. That's what's up.
Not right, because I was supposed to have this last Wednesday and it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's all right. Like I said, we're gonna get you right for them future shows. So best believe Bunny gonna be sitting pretty. We gonna get her
like Smooth. I'm gonna try to be official, like Smooth with the whistle. Yes.
Toot, toot, toot. Blow the whistle. Hey, we in the club now, baby, on a Wednesday night.
It's been so long, man. It's been so long.
So let's get right into it. A few things I want to discuss. We're gonna keep it local right now. It's March. It's crazy because now it's basketball playoff time. High school basketball going on. Shouts out to my alma mater, the V. They doing big things. Shouts out to other schools out there in the local area. The Cardinal Raiders out there holding things down. I mean, it's crazy. Fun times
My
right
alma
now.
mater is holding it down
For
until they
real?
succumb
For
to your
real?
alma mater. They lost. They lost last week too. Metro
Oh,
lost to B-side, y'all.
oh. Now let's see that I didn't know that y'all played us, but hey,
For girls, yeah, because
my
Memphis girls are good.
condolences.
Yeah.
Yeah, my condolences. But yeah, shouts out, man, to all those schools, to the coaches out there holding things down. Have a great run. Salute to y'all. Let's go ahead and bring multiple state titles home locally to the Lou, and let's celebrate. So, and sticking with the March Madness, Mizzou, we already know they're going to be in it. Just a matter of what seed they're going to be. The SEC tournament starts tomorrow, so that should be fun. Hopefully, Mizzou can get some nice, high-quality wins to get a higher seed, maybe. Illinois, they are playing incredible right now. They are like ranked number 3. They just beat the number 3 ranked team last week in Michigan and getting ready for the Big Ten tournament, so they can possibly get a number 1 seed for the for March Madness. Not overall number 1 seed, but one of the 4 number 1 seeds. Now, SLU, it's tough because they were on a roll, Bunny. They were like top 25 before COVID hit, and they didn't play for like damn near a month or so. And now they pretty much are on the outside looking in because they've lost pretty much 3 of the last 6 games. So they're on the outside looking in, and we really have to hope and pray that the selection committee, they look at what SLU did before COVID and look at the team that they beat during that time frame, and don't just make a decision all because they only played this amount of games and lost that they can't get chosen to go to the tournament. This team can make some noise in the big dance if they get in. What's your thoughts?
So right now, SLU's basketball record is they're 6-4 in the conference overall, 14-6. Now, 14-6 without the conference championship, or going to their conference championship should get you in. That's 20 games right there. That's enough. But my issue, let's rewind back to we talk about Illinois. Illinois was ranked as high number 3 in December. When they played Mizzou for the bragging rights, they lost and it fell downhill. And they fell. If they didn't fall to the top 25, they was at the bottom of it. And SLU had COVID hit. That wasn't their fault. And it took a while for them to get back when they came out that COVID break. And then they still up and down, up and down. Like, it's some teams that are in the same situation as some that aren't. I don't think anybody was off as long as they were. That was 3 weeks.
Right.
So the talent is there. Outside looking in, they shouldn't be. They should be like, yeah, they should be in. Compared to what Illinois, they kept falling. They just rebounded in February, but some people just go by what's the hottest thing, what you got going lately. Yeah, selection committees, like, they're good. And you got to look at their whole season. So I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with Illinois getting in. They've been playing some good basketball. They weren't always that way. SLU started off good. COVID hit. They had no basketball, so it wasn't like they was on a losing streak. In the middle of the season, they just didn't have any.
Right.
They bounced back and then fell off. So selection committee should give them a chance at least, because there's some other teams that I know SLU can beat.
Exactly.
And SLU got that nucleus. This is the same group they had last year. Big Power 5 conferences, especially the Blue Bloods, they got revolving doors all the time. And usually they're still competitive, but you got the people that keep their players for 3 and 4 years, like the Gonzaga, while they're really good. They keep the tradition of how high school people, you had the same 2 or 3 years worth of players. That veteranship kicks in. That makes you really good. So hopefully they give SLU, which they should, give them the chance to get in. They're not an NIT tournament team. They are a March Madness team.
That is true.
I'm questioning. I mean, if they should get in because it's money involved with this. Y'all gotta have enough from the Power Five conferences, or you're not gonna have the viewership like they want. Hence why I was told Duke is still getting in. I'm like, those suckers been losing because they name. That don't mean they do not. They're not worthy. Their talent is could be there, but they didn't play like they want to be winning, and they weren't. So they should not be. Oh, put them in a big dance. But that's because of money. They will. That's effed up to me. Here nor there.
Mm.
Mizzou though to get in, but they're questionable. I don't see them going forward if they cannot be consistent. So we'll see how they do in the SEC tournament.
Yep, we shall definitely see. But March Madness, it doesn't get any better than this time of the year. From basketball transitioning over to, well, no, I'm sorry. Let's stick with basketball, but going from high school to college to now the NBA. Just had NBA All-Star Sunday night, in which everything happened in one night due to the COVID restrictions and everything. So you had the skills challenge that was won by was it Demonis Sabonis? Then you had the 3-point shootout that was won by Steph Curry, and wow, what a show that was. What was your thoughts on
Literally, the last basket makes the difference of win or lose. Literally.
And I was wondering, I'm like, okay, does Steph have the guts, the balls, you know what I'm saying, to have the pressure on him and make the shots needed, and he did it.
You questioned that from Steph?
I did.
Come on,
Hey, now,
man,
all
proving this years ago.
right, but look, we know he's the best shooter ever, okay, but there's been times in the finals in which, not saying regular games, I'm talking about finals, the big stage, where he has came up short. So I was like, okay, I'm talking to Jamie, shouts out to you. I'm like, okay, will Steph show up being last, and can he handle the pressure of making those shots? And at first, he started off a little rocky, then he got hot, then he kind of fell off a little bit more, but then that last rack, here you go. And he made the last shot. It was just great theater. I thoroughly enjoyed that three-point competition. And Mike Conley, he wasn't even supposed to be there. But due to the injury of Devin Booker, he showed up and showed out.
I'm glad he did.
Yeah. You know, he put on a good show.
I can't believe you talk about you weren't sure Steph could handle the pressure. What?
I couldn't.
If he would have missed that money ball and lost, he still proved he was in the final round, and he still was close in points. Like, he knows how to do this. He's not gonna be 100%. Nobody is from shooting.
Right.
Consistently. That's literally damn near impossible. But
hey,
accuracy. We know who he shooting in the game from where the logo, half court, him and D. Lillard. Like, this is what they do.
Yeah.
I would never doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like I said, shouts out, because I want to bring that up about all the shooting that happened at the All-Star game very soon. But yeah, Steph Curry, Conley, great job. Shouts out to St. Louis's own Jason Tatum. He got to the final round. He just didn't have enough in him to, continue to make shots, but he still held things down, so shouts out to him. So then we had the All-Star game, first half, and once again they brought back those different rules in which the first 3 quarters, it starts at 0-0. You play 12-minute quarters, and then the winner of each quarter, they will donate $150,000 to a certain charity. So of course LeBron, well not of course, but LeBron James' team won both of those quarters, right? What's your thoughts on that format? Having each quarter start at 0 and pretty much determine who's gonna win that quarter.
I love it.
Me too.
I want them to continue doing it because the past All-Star games, it just started getting lackluster. Even though you had all them All-Stars, you weren't seeing it was looking like I'm here so they don't find me.
Right.
Instead of like the
here I am. I'm here.
Yeah.
I made it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just like, oh, and it should be like that. We get all these All-Stars on the court, but with that, we start every quarter and we playing, and then it definitely could change to blah blah blah. You can tell the difference. I like how the chemistry, especially how they pick teams. It ain't just the Eastern and Western Conference.
Right.
So
right.
the format, stick with it. I like it.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy that format. Then halftime, you had the dunk contest, and Anthony Simons won. But another year, another controversy in which Cassius Stanley, his first dunk, in between the legs, left hand, boom, and because it wasn't like a thunderous dunk, and he didn't have any emotion, the judges only gave him like a 44, 45. And I think ever since that at that first score, his mindset was different. It took him out of the competition. In which my thing is hey, okay, y'all want to give me a low ass score? I'm about to turn around and give y'all a reason to give me a 50. Why y'all should have gave me a 50 in the first round. But to me, just seeing how his approach was going to the next round of dunks, it was like he was already defeated. Obi Toppin came in, he was consistent. Then, of course, once again, the winner, Anthony Simons. When he did that dunk, when he put the hoop, right at the backboard square, and then grabbed the ball, and then dunked it down, and then his last dunk when he almost kissed the rim. If he would have kissed the rim like what Kenny Smith said, that would have
no brainer. Shut it down right there.
Woo. But what were your thoughts on the dunk competition?
I honestly, the first dunk Simon did was the best out of the whole night to me. That first one, and everybody, the commentators were saying it like I was thinking. Dominique Wilkins, we in your backyard, but you was tripping, homie. Because he's the one that gave him that low 8 score, and from there it was like, dang. And then the next dunk, what's his name did? I'm like,
Obi
he got
Toppin.
higher points over Simon's first one. Like, what? Like, what is you doing? But that's crazy to me. The first dunk to me was the best one. If he'd have kissed the rim, of course, that would have done them all. But since he didn't, first one, but maybe that did hurt his little ego and took his head out mentally from the dunking. But it wasn't like the Vince Carter, the T Max. He had the T Max jersey on too, and I was like, is he gonna do one? It was good what he did. In honor of T Mac, but I need another Vincent. Or a few years ago when we had Levine against
Aaron Gordon.
That was like a throwback dunk contest. I want to see another one of those because they did toe for toe every round.
Right.
See, that's why I said with this one it was cool. You didn't have a toe for toe, but Gordon them toe. That's what I want to see again. So maybe they need to make a requirement for some of these stars, or make them put in their contract.
You got to because
put in the contract. Y'all got to make at least one time. You got to do it. If you under
you have to
rookie contract and you are considered a star, you got to do at least one dunk contest.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they brought out the dunk contest, because they wanted to see the stars that had ups, the Dr. J's, the Jordans, the Dominique Wilkins, like you said, Vince Carter, those guys that had springs. People want to see that. They want to see a LeBron James going out there. He never done a dunk competition. There's no way in hell he should have allowed that to happen, that he did not do at least one dunk competition.
That's why I said it should be in their rookie contracts.
I'm pretty sure
but
fans.
Those are for 4 years, right?
Yep.
But then before you to the league, you got to get one in. All rookie something.
And I'm pretty sure fans are dying to see, Zion Williamson do his thing in the dunk competition. So we need to have stars to show up and be a star. You know what I'm saying?
If you in the top 10 drafted, rookie contract dunk contest.
You got to go ahead and do it. So then going back second half, LeBron James' team won the third quarter. And then, of course, they won the entire game. But let's go back to what you said before. What Steph Curry and Dame Dollar was doing was truly incredible. Because we all have seen, the highlights of them shooting from way back, whatever. But these guys were shooting at the half-court line and making it nothing but net. When I say,
like a jump shot.
Man, when I say they are revolutionizing the game, it's crazy. I was really amazed just seeing these shots go in. They were shooting it like it was a free throw. It wasn't like no let me throw it up in the air. No, they just doing this pull up, whoop, swish. Just amazing to see how they was holding things down. Something else that I noticed was how the second half LeBron James didn't even play at all. And to me, it was like people like Skip Bayless would probably say, "Oh, he being selfish and just trying to make it about himself by not being part of the game, like like he's better." But I just think that to him,
it's opposite.
Yeah, he's been around for almost 20 years, and he sees the future of the NBA, and it's like, you know what? I've done my thing. I've been here, done that. Let's give these people the future. And that's what he was doing. Giannis set an all-star game record 100% from the field. Made some crazy ass shots that he never would have done in the game. Even he was amazed. But just seeing guys like Jokic, doing their thing, Doncic, him, seeing Chris Paul and Steph Curry throwing alley-oops to each other and dunking it.
And they're the same team doing it. I'm loving it.
Right. Zion Williamson, he had a rough start, missing some dunks earlier, but he showed, why he's dominating the post, and just so much going on, man. And it just shows that the NBA has a very, very bright future, because there will be a time, we don't know when, maybe 10 years from now, but there will be a time in which LeBron James won't be around no more. You know what I'm saying? But it was pretty cool that he did that, because it's like, okay, what else can he really do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else does he really need to do? He's good. So
just buy an NBA team, and then that is still a deal for me.
Yeah. So it was real cool. Up next, let's talk about some baseball. It was announced today that the Texas Rangers, now the whole state of Texas, due to their senator or whoever, they have opened up fully 100%, no mask mandate, no nothing. It's all good. Everyone, you can live your best life. So the Texas Rangers announced today that they are going to have 100% full capacity at their home stadium. I'm not sure about Houston, but I know that in Texas, for the Texas Rangers, they will have 100% capacity. What are your thoughts on that? Because it just doesn't feel right to me.
Well, Governor Abbott of Texas, that's the a-hole that said open it up like it's no pandemic. Okay, whatever. I'm surprised Major League Baseball is going to let them do this, because, yes, they want to make up some money, want to get more money. But if you get all them fans close enough to players, like, when you're in the seats near the foul pole line and they run out there and stuff, and they may have couple like, and it's packed. I mean, I don't know. Is it worth the risk this early? And Texas numbers aren't that good to where they're declining that much. Their vaccine rate is not even good. So I know it's money over people. That's the country we live in. And that's the state that Texas likes to be in that mindset, money over people. But I'm surprised Major League Baseball hasn't said, let's scale back. So I don't think it's a good idea. I think you need to do it in increments like everybody else. At least it's an outdoor stadium, but still. Everybody's going to have limited, like the Cardinals, they're having 15% fan capacity, or around 15,000.
Yeah, I would say it's 32% capacity, but it's going to be like 15,000 people there.
Right. And so with that, they're not going to have all the entrances open. They're not going to have all the steps. So everybody's still going to be in condensed places. So there's still a chance, but it's not as likely, but still. So you're going to deal with things like that when you're at 100% capacity. I mean, the Rangers, they have fans, so they'll have those seats pretty much full. Even they may not even have fans, but some place for people to go and do. They'll probably go to a baseball game. They can do something, but.
And if I was like a reporter that was there when that announcement was made, I would have been the one to be like, "Hey, so will you take full 100% responsibility if this all goes bad and people in Texas die from you being so aggressive with letting everything be free?" I would have been that guy that would have asked that question.
And you know what? He would have said something that walk around the truth, which would be, no, I'm not going to have a waiver to sign. I'm not going to be on the hook for people because it's all about choices, which is still stupid to me. With the whole mask thing, but we're not going to go there. But no, they're not. They don't care. They can have a lot of Texans drop like flies. Look how their senator did. They got a whole no power, no water, and he tried to jump out the country, but you're representing that. You see the mindset. No bueno. I just know it's risky. Is it worth it? But when you look at dollars over people, sure, everything's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
until it hits your home, until it hits your pocket, then it changes.
Right. Yeah, so it's crazy. Uh, we can just hope that I don't know the governor putting everybody at risk just to say go ahead, do what you do. It's all good. No, that's just not the right way to go in regards to this kind of situation. But Miss Williams did say, let me pull this back up. Sorry about that, everybody. Miss Williams did say in regards to LeBron James that she agrees that LeBron is all about giving the spotlight to newer players. He knows his worth. He doesn't have to prove it. That is correct. Then she says, Texas governor said everyone knows what they need to do and that people can exercise personal responsibility. If that were true, you wouldn't need laws about drunk driving, speeding, and wearing seat belts. The real risk is those players spreading the virus throughout the league. Exactly. Because you're going to have people hollering, the whole nine, spit flying out, going to the field.
That's what I'm saying.
And then, like you said, these players could be the ones being affected by stupidity. That's pretty much what it is right there. So we shall see. Give us your thoughts, everyone. If you're tuning in for the first time, thank you very much. Leave them comments. Let's go. Do not be shy. Let us know what's on your mind in regards to sports. We're going to read them out loud to you. It'll be on the screen. We're going to show you love because this is what the platform Sports Talk Show is all about. As we continue on, our special guest, he's waiting. I know he's ready to get it in. We're going to bring him in very soon. Spring training, we're on week 3 now. Have you been seeing any spring training games? If so, what are your thoughts?
Just seeing the highlights. Our pitching staff, a little shaky right now, but it's still early. Specifically starting pitchers, but we shall see. The actual batting lineup is okay. I know we're not gonna see the stars and the lineup we want to see until like the last week of spring training, heading to the beginning of the season. So, yeah, looking good so far though, and I can't wait because all that we talked about last year in 2020, hopefully most of that's out the window. 2021, we getting a real deal with this Cardinal lineup.
Yeah, and it was announced yesterday that Miles Michaelis, he is going to be on the shelf for a minute because of a issue with his shoulder. He just had Tommy John last year, and he's trying to still recover, and things aren't looking quite well with him right now, so it's going to affect the pitching rotation. But my thing is, hey, it's always been like that with baseball, especially during this time. Next man up, and we just want to see guys who may have been held back show your stuff. One of my frustrating things that I see from this team so far, which has been an issue for a few years, is that we have some flamethrowers. We have guys who has nasty stuff, but the biggest problem has been their control. They always walking people, and I just want to see them show more control. For instance, Adam Wainwright, he's been around for 20 decades now, and he's been one of the only ones that come in and can throw strikes consistently. He's not walking people. He's being efficient. But then you got guys like Jack Flaherty, supposed to be your future. and he's losing control. He gets too emotional, and it messes up his game. Carlos Martinez, he has great stuff, but he has control issues from the
And
book.
endurance issues.
Yeah.
He may have to stay in the bullpen unless they
Well, it can't. He
diluted
can't
may need
now.
him.
You can't. You force
Because
to
he
use
done
him.
lost Nicholas, so
Yeah,
shoot.
Michaelis. Yeah. So, but it just guys like him, Henderson Cabrera, great stuff, but sometimes he be off. So it's like,
Mhm.
why do we have this trend of these guys who have great stuff, but you don't know how to have control of it? You know what's going on in the organization that we can't get some more guys or can't get these guys to show more control with their stuff. If they do that, we good. But early reports, Nolan Arenado, they say he's just a perfect addition to the team. The chemistry has been great. I'm looking for a big season from guys like Tyler O'Neill, Lane Thomas, and I think there's going to be a surprise or two. Some guys who have not been mentioned before, they're going to shine. I have a feeling this year. I really do. But
Okay.
yeah, well,
Well,
we should definitely see. Uh,
yeah, let's hopefully because all else fails, we know our defense is gonna be on point though.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
guaranteed.
I definitely agree. I feel like maybe 8 out of 10 positions is
Yeah.
is eligible for a Gold Glove.
Yeah, we
That's
lost
good.
Wong, but still,
Yeah.
Fowler wasn't Gold Glove when he got to the Cardinals by then. But yeah, Wong, but I hope his replacement still should be able to hold it down.
Right. So yesterday it was announced that the NHL and ESPN has agreed to a 7-year deal, which is great for the NHL because over the last couple of years they've only been on either your local network like Fox Sports Midwest or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
on NBC. But being back on ESPN, that's going to be huge for the league. They'll get more
Yeah.
viewership.
Mm-hmm.
Get the
More access so people can use it on the go.
yeah.
But when it was
So
on Fox Sports, that wasn't bad. But when it was on you just said the other one.
NBC.
NBC, it was not on like the local channel NBC. It was on the NBC CSN, like their cable affiliate. So
Yeah.
again, if you had certain cable stations, you weren't guaranteed to get that either. You wouldn't always get access to it. So that definitely broadens the viewership plus access when people have it on their phone or on the Fire Sticks and things. You can still chime in and look at it.
Yeah. So that's good news, definitely for the NHL. Also, it was announced today, and this is huge news as well. But there's been talks between the XFL, owned by The Rock, and his former wife, his now divorced wife, Miss Garcia, and the CFL, trying to partnership on some things and collaborate on some stuff. That's pretty good. That's pretty big. If they make that happen, that partnership, that could definitely be a game changer for both leagues. What do you think about that?
I read that article and I was like, wow, that's smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move. And actually, you know how the XFL said 15 million. We talked about that last year when we heard about it. It was like that's all. And with the CFL, because technically they're not running at the same time. CFL is it like May through October or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to partner, but they may be
Let's
able
see.
to
I want to
broaden
say,
it to where Canada and the U.S.
yeah, I want to say, well, yeah, because the XFL was like a week after the Super Bowl, so it would have been like from
Just like
February.
January they started,
No, February.
right?
February
February.
till
Okay.
like till well, the plan was to be from February to like June or something like that, or April, but it got cut short. But like I said, to compare, I mean to have combined XFL and CFL, like you said, from February to a good maybe June or something like that, or February to even what, yeah, about May or June. That should definitely be pretty good. And like I said before, the moment that The Rock signed with the XFL, we already know that he's a businessman. He doesn't just
Yes.
do things just to do things. He has a
Right.
plan, a strategy, kind of like Magic Johnson, like Jay-Z. They just have these strategic plans in place, and they want to come in and make a splash. So you know The Rock is not going to be dealing with no kind of buffoonery.
Hmm.
You know it.
No buffoonery at all.
Yeah. So he's definitely about his business as we are on the platform Sports Talk Show. Cause I think it's about that time.
What time is
Game
it?
time. Woo. Man, I used to love that doing back in the day. But
I can talk about it. You and your special guest can talk about that.
right. So yeah, man, this man here, known him since I was in grade school. They man, shout out to Gateway Christian, and then his grade school at the time, Grace Christian School. So now it's like a huge mega church for those in the Lou area, right there off of McKelvey Road and off of St. Charles Rock Road. Then you take it to
Hmm.
McKelvey Road, and you see the big old Grace Church. It's a huge mega church that everybody in Mount be going to, stuff like that. But back in the day, it wasn't a mega church, but it was a school that we always had circled on the calendar when I was playing for Gateway. I was saying to Bunny and Stan, like this was like the Lakers and the Celtics kind of thing. I was I was a star player for my school, and then our special guest, he was a star player for his school, and we had like a mutual respect. It wasn't like no hate going on, but we respected each other's game.
Hmm.
And it was just very very competitive. Look forward to hearing his story. The man now lives out in LA, living the life. He's a cannabis entrepreneur, owns his own business. He's doing big things. And without any further ado, everybody, we want to go ahead and bring on our special guest, Mr. Brandon Demps. Brandon,
Yes, yes. What's
what's
going on, guys?
what's going on with your
What it
brother?
do?
Hey. What's up, Bunny? What's up, Fred? Thanks for having me.
Man, it is our pleasure. Out there rocking the Dodgers jersey. We had to go ahead and tell him during the pre-show, like, anytime we played the Dodgers in the playoffs, you know what
Right,
happens, right? But
right,
then he said, hey,
right,
it's just the jersey. I love the jersey. It looks good on him.
right, right. Exactly, exactly.
Yes, one of
Thanks
our.
for having me.
All right, man, it's definitely a pleasure, man. We appreciate you spending some time. We know that you're like, what, 2 hours behind us, but we
Yep.
appreciate you, spending some time with us tonight, man. I know we said before, it's been like over 20 years since you and I have actually like met, talked, or whatever. But
Yeah, it's been a minute.
yeah, man. But it's good to see that people who I've grown up with, had a big respect for, is doing big things, man. So how has life been treating you?
Oh, no complaints, man. No complaints. And likewise, good to see people in the loo, you know, doing 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 good, positive things, But yeah, I've been good. Been good. No complaints.
Good, man. One of our faithful followers, Miss Williams, in which her son Eddie, he played with me during those fun times in grade school. So we call them battles. His mother, Alice Williams, says, "Welcome, Brandon."
Oh, thank you. The Celtics and the Lakers. Is that what you said?
The Celtics and the Lakers. I mean, you talking about the rivalry, baby, Magic and Bird kind of thing going on back in the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was big rivalries back in the day with Gateway and Grace, and then also Gateway and North County Christian. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many
Yep.
how many times did y'all play each other every school year? Just once, twice?
Twice.
Was it twice? I don't remember.
No, you're right. I want to say it was once. Either nah. I'm trying to think. Did every game that we played against y'all was always at y'all gym, or did y'all ever have like an away game going to one of our home courts? Excuse me.
Yeah, we did. I remember one game we were at the. I think it was a home game for you guys at the the St. Louis Community College, I think. Christian College, something like that.
Okay.
It's across the highway from Flow Valley.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, majority of the time I just recall us always playing at Grace because Grace always had those holiday tournaments.
Yeah, the holiday tournaments with the slippery ass floors. Yeah.
So y'all went on hardwood floors. Y'all's on that slippery.
Well,
Yeah, we
all
was,
at one, like
we
y'all can
was on
skate.
those Costco tile floors. That's what we was on.
but then eventually y'all were like one of the rare schools to actually have carpet floors.
Yeah, at Grace.
Yep.
At Grace. Yep. It was a carpet floor. Man, I forgot all about that.
Hey, trust me, we didn't forget.
Yeah, when you fall, you definitely gonna have a mark getting up.
Exactly. It didn't matter.
Carpet.
It didn't matter how you feel. You're gonna have a scratch, a sore, something, and people would know that the ball was being bounced because hitting that carpet, it'd be like a
Loud.
surrounding sound. Boing.
Yeah. Man, you got a good memory.
Hey, like I said, man, it was fun time. It was some of the best times I had playing at Gateway. Was definitely playing against you, man.
Absolutely, likewise.
Now, of course, you know we grown up. You know, you doing your thing. You got all swole and everything.
That's that California sun. You can do that year round outside.
Right.
But it was crazy because during my time in Gateway, people always say, "Man, you and Brandon look alike." Like, like back then, Bunny. Back then, they be like, "Man, y'all gotta be some twins." And I'm like, "No, you know, whatever." But
skinny, tall.
I need y'all to bring out the photo because I'm not seeing it. Y'all don't have the same nose. If Fred with hair or B without hair, I still not seeing.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, we grown up now, but back then,
we both had the low haircut. We both were skinny and tall.
Yeah.
And dark.
Yeah.
And can hoop.
Exactly. So hey, that was enough.
Black male profile for ballers, right? Okay.
That was
right. Exactly.
Hey, put that. Exactly. Let me put that on my Tinder profile. Let me stop playing.
You gonna tell you already locked anyway, so.
Hey, lock it down. I'm good. But yeah, so like I said, fun times. In regards to Gateway, Gateway and Grace. But before we get even further to that, we all had to ask our guests the initial first question for real, the official question. That means that you officially part of the show, and that is, when did you develop your love for sports?
When did I develop? Man. I think the question is when I don't remember when it was not developed. I don't remember a time not loving sports, to be honest. It just, I don't know. I've always sports was always a huge thing for me. Very huge. So I don't know. I just came out the womb like that.
Okay, shout out to your moms and pops then. They bred them a sports love. This dude wasn't even walking and he knew about hoops, he knew about baseball, soccer.
Oh yeah.
On it. Kickballs. What else was out there? Court. What else we used to play in the streets? Tag. You know
tag. I was a beast at tag. Dodgeball. Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Miss Williams says that she remembers the carpet floors as well in Grace. Grace.
Yes.
That means y'all had money, because how many schools has carpet in elementary high? Like y'all was balling and not just on the court. Okay.
Yeah. It was a little money at Grace. It was a little money at Grace. But I didn't understand why spend money on carpet floors though.
Hey, we ain't either. We're like, what the heck?
Money not invested correctly, I would say.
So, growing up loving sports, who would you say were some of the people in your family that you gravitated to, or you know, who also shared your passion for sports as a youngster?
And I'm sorry.
Or
Oh,
who would you say as a youngster that you gravitated to in regards to family wise or friends that also shared your love for sports as a youngster?
um, that's a good question. I would say one of my cousins, one of my cousins down in Florida. He was a coach and still is a coach. And just him and how he's trained a lot of athletes and a lot of big time athletes even now. But growing up, just listening to his stories and going to his games and track meets and football and all that kind of stuff. That was kind of my thing. So I would say yeah, my cousin.
And what was the very first sport that you played?
Uh, organized, probably basketball. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Was there any other sports that had you interested, piqued your interest?
I played baseball, did track. Um, because I remember doing track against Gateway too.
Yep.
Um, the long jump and sprints. But it was my biggest thing was basketball. But I played with everything: baseball, did soccer for I think 1 or 2 years. Um, yeah, but basketball was always came back to basketball.
So you brought up track. So you know, of course, Gateway we was known for just having weird stuff. We had like four different, sports teams, and each team had different names. The basketball team
Oh
was
wow!
the basketball team was the Eagles. The baseball team were the Athletics.
Really?
It was
What they
crazy.
do they?
It was
What
crazy.
does it?
Hey, that's how the school was. Miss Williams, I know you can agree
I
with that.
never even tripped off that.
Yeah, yeah, it was different. It was just more so we
You
was
didn't have
Gateway.
school unity with the teams? Did they all have the same mascot? Like that's too much like right or something?
Yeah, like I said, it was something I didn't trip off of until I was older. It's like, dang, wait a minute. We had the basketball team and the volleyball team, whatever, was the Eagles, or maybe soccer was the Eagles, but the baseball team were the Athletics. It was more so I guess the name of the school was all that mattered. Not the actual team name. But
That's why I
anyway,
said it still represents school unity though. No matter what sport you playing, we all under this mascot.
yeah, yeah, it was just one of them things.
What do I know? I'm not an educator. I'm sorry.
Right. What
Interesting.
what do I know? But you recall B that we had our track meets at Lafayette Park. Not
Yeah, I
no
remember Lafayette Park,
not no
South Side.
regular, not park,
High
but
school track.
stadium or high school
Right.
track. But
It
we
was it was at a damn park.
Really?
so like I said, we didn't have an actual
Dang.
track and field. We actually had to run around a lake, and we had to,
Right,
to run on like asphalt and rocks and stuff.
right. Damn. The
They
good old
talked
days.
about the dang on city school not having money or facilities.
The, the
Let's go
more
to
the
the
more
private sector and see what they doing.
the
Oh.
more you talk about Gateway, the more I'm questioning why you went.
Right. Very good question.
You know what? After the show, I'm gonna
Cause
come.
I'm questioning every time you say something. I'm questioning. I'm like, y'all did what? Y'all
Hey,
so unorthodox.
after the show, I'm gonna call my mom. Mom, what happened? Like, what's the
Man, I thought Grace Christian school was bad. Man, my
man?
bad,
And now
my
and
bad.
and CB, like, you never came to our actual home gym. Like all our home games were at different places because our home
Yep.
gym, um, the ceiling was like maybe what 10, 12 feet off the
Wow.
yeah. So we never had any home games because you shoot a jumper over someone, it's gonna hit the ceiling. So that's why we had, different gyms, or mainly our home games. A lot of times we're at the Salvation Army, if you recall, on the south side on Arsenal, and
I remember.
yeah. So
Yep.
that's why. Let's see. Oh yeah, Miss Williams, and that's true. She says that maybe the person who organized the baseball team was a fan of Oakland, and that was true. And then also our basketball coach at the time, Travis Watkins, he was a huge fan of the Charlotte Hornets. So one day we arrived to the school. Now, mind you, the Eagles, we were red and white. We get to the gym one morning, and the whole damn gym is colored in Charlotte Hornets teal and purple.
No, no offense. Those are my two favorite colors, so I'm not mad at y'all coach for that one. Favorite colors all time. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, we like, what is going on here? Because he loved the Hornets so much, the colors around the gym walls were turquoise and teal, whatever the Hornets colors were, or that's what it was around the wall. Like it was no red and white, no Eagles, nothing. No, but
No school. Did y'all have school cup? I mean,
yeah.
I'm so afraid to keep asking y'all questions.
Hey,
because
ask,
at this point,
ask away.
it's like y'all did what? Did y'all have school colors? I mean, like I said, purple and teal are my favorite colors. But then the school colors one, the uniforms another, and this is a home. Like, wait, what are we doing?
Hey, Gateway, it was different, but I had to say,
I'm afraid to ask about the academics. We just talking about the sports.
now academic wise, I would definitely say it was, it held its own. It wasn't no joke on that one. But I will say personally, basketball wise for me, even though I went to the V, basketball wise, it was the best time of my life.
Okay.
So I would say that. No shade to the V. It's all love, but it was just the best time of my life. I had the most fun during that time. The games were great, like we were talking about earlier, that we discussed some more. With Gateway versus Grace and stuff like that. But yeah, basketball wise, I would definitely say the best times of my life. This is the platform.
Nice.
This is the platform sports talk show. Your boy Smoooth along with
Honey.
and out there on the West Coast, we got special guest.
Brandon Demps.
There we go. He got it. He got it. No rehearsal, y'all. He ready. He already know what's happening. He prepared for
Hey, 82, I was born ready.
it. There we
All
go.
right. Okay.
All right.
Like
So sticking with your love of sports and as a kid, were there any certain athletes that you looked up to as a youngster?
Oh, I mean, the legends, Michael Jordan, of course, the Bo Jacksons, Deion Sanders, the Emmett Smith, Muhammad Ali, the real legends, but Michael Jordan was always at the top of everything. So yeah.
Hey, same here for me. I don't know if you recall, but it was a time frame during my years at Gateway. I even had a bald head. I'm like, hey, let's
Yeah, I remember.
let's make this official. Look at Bunny. She about to bring up her baby girl. Yeah, we see you over there. We see you, Bunny. There she go. There's the star of the show.
Say
Hi.
hi. She's amazed at the screen behind us. Say hi. Say hi, Mr. Demps.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Okay, sorry about that. Continue.
Oh no, it's all good. But yeah, so just going back, like you said, Jordan, Muhammad, the real athletes. So
The real ones. Emphasis on the real.
right. So she about to break the walls down over there. Do your thing, Bunny. We got you.
One moment. Let me start this off. I want y'all to see the disciplinary action that has to happen here.
Oh, we got you. All right, yeah. So once again, go ahead and bring this back up here. So you brought up Jordan. You brought up the real athletes and everything. What led your mom, do you think, to head to Grace?
I don't know. I really don't know. I know why did I end up at Grace? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I know where I lived at, the schools over there, I don't think they wanted me in those schools, so that's why I would go to North County and or not even North County. What's that called? Maryland Heights. Maryland Heights and make that commute. I don't think they wanted me at the schools by me.
Mm.
That's a good question though. Maybe I should ask my mom.
Hey, I mean, like I said, hey, mom, why go to Gateway now?
Right, right.
Why did I go to Gateway? It's,
After we talk shit about them, we got now it's like, damn, I don't even know why I went.
Heck no.
man,
It took how many 20 something years later? The last time y'all talked
Right,
or who?
right.
All these years to start asking these questions.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
like
Really?
I'm thinking back, reminiscing.
Heck no.
But no, like I
Okay.
said, man, definitely
But
some.
wait, do you think you still turned out to be a good citizen and it had an impact on your sports life, academic life?
Um, uh, uh, I I don't know. It was so long ago, and I think more so high school kind of was shaping me more so than. So I went to Grace for middle school, and then high school I went to North County Christian, and I think the high school years was more so um, hit or miss for me than grade school.
Okay. So did your basketball reputation that you had at Grace, did that carry on to North County Christian where people knew who you were coming in and what you could do on the court?
Yeah, it did actually. It did actually. It was weird because it was kind of my my first time having groupies, as you could say.
Oh,
I mean, not equivalent to the now groupies, but there was girls like, oh, I heard you play basketball, and I was like, oh, yeah, I do actually.
now the truth coming out. Okay.
In that little circuit, it's a small circuit. So I mean, I guess news travels fast. I guess.
Again, now the truth come out. That's why you like high school more than just middle school. We got the girl, we got fan clubs low key. Oh snap!
Well,
And
low key.
you didn't have no social media. Oh,
Oh
oh.
yeah, yeah. No face, no case.
Hey, hey. No face, no case. That's a new one for me.
No case.
Oh man, oh shoot.
But it
As
was
a
good times.
freshman,
Freshman, that eighth grade to freshman switch, or it was just interesting. Well, I think no, I think I went to I think shit, I don't remember. Yeah, it was eighth grade to yeah.
okay.
Good times, good times.
I don't think that was the last of your good times either, because as you get older and move more, the groupies get a little bigger, and the young ladies get a little bigger, and more action and more. Oh, I ain't never done this before type things, but okay.
I I have no idea.
Oh! Now you want to take the fifth? Oh no, no, no!
I have no idea. It was good times though. Good times.
That's how you gonna sum it up. It's just good times.
Good
Again,
times. Good times.
as nice and cool and wholesome as I am, I still know how athletes got and still get down. And especially when you're raising the ranks, ego get a
Yeah,
little bigger.
yeah, yeah.
Look, you smell yourself 2 times, you like,
Yeah, a
oh,
little bit. You get a little cocky a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
so,
But yeah, it was fun times though.
so when you realize, well, I guess I'll say the initial time that you first met me on the court and playing Gateway, what were your initial thoughts?
I was like, oh, okay, he's good. He's because the teams we played against, like, I mean, um, I just speak for myself. I was could dominate them.
Right.
We're playing. I was growing, and I think we were pretty much the same height. So we grew pretty fast. And so in high school, I don't remember the exact height, but I just remember always being some inches, taller, and I could always jump higher. And so once we started playing Gateway, I was like, okay, these niggas can play. So it was like, because I would actually do, play outside ball outside of my school. Like I would just go to gyms and play. So I would play with people that could play on my level. But at school, we were playing against a bunch of little chumps for the most part.
Hey,
So
hey,
yeah,
he ain't lying. Our conference,
yeah. So
it was
Gateway
like
was
maybe
just like,
two or three teams that was like actually decent in
yeah,
our conference. Everybody was like,
yeah,
it's the Globetrotters versus the damn Generals. That's how I felt.
yeah. Everybody else is trash.
So,
But yeah.
when you said you play outside ball like at the gym, did you also do AAU team or summer leagues?
Yeah, I was on a AAU team called the Bulls, ironically. So I did AAU. I did Shaquille O'Neal's summer camp. I did basketball camp. I did a bunch of camps at Mizzou. Um, SLU. I was all over the place. Yeah, I was trying to hoop wherever I could hoop.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you have a difference when you were starting to evolve your game and get better? Like I said, from the Grace Christian days and going to high school, you have a preference of doing street ball and blacktop compared to regular AAU ball?
Yeah, I mean street ball. I mean, I was no doing crazy tricks, but I mean, just little things that was normal to me, like a behind the back pass, or maybe even a dunk. You know, and when you're playing organized ball and you're that young, um, and we're in like private school, rules or whatever, it's just like it's almost like just a restraint. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not used to the flashy guy and all that kind of stuff. But I prefer street ball. I could talk shit. I can do. I mean, do whatever. Like organized balls, like a lot of babies. But yeah, I prefer street ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shouts out to fellow former Gateway Christian, Rashonda Bond. You recall her brother, Rodney Bond. You recall him? He was a star back in the day for Gateway. He was yeah, he like two,
Tall. He's super tall, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
was that dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he was
yeah, I remember.
he was in my excuse me, she was in my class. And she
Yeah, I
was
remember. I remember Rashonda too. I
yeah.
remember Rashonda.
So she was
Yeah,
like
her and Melanie. She used to kick it with little Melanie.
uh-huh. Yep. Back
Yeah,
good old
yeah,
days, huh?
yeah, man. Yeah, you got me thinking about all the good times.
Yeah, that's what this
Good
show is
times.
all about. You know what I'm saying? It's about
Right.
for the good times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my old little boo went to your school too. I just thought about that too.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I recall. We'll keep that to another conversation. But
For real?
I don't want to ruin any households.
Just tell, guys.
Forgot
Do
about
tell.
Bunny,
I got time.
Bunny,
Please.
there would be no toxicity coming on this show.
This is a safe place, guys.
I'm not trying to ruin any happy homes in 2021.
I don't have anything to do with that part. I'm just talking about the story. So maybe I can use some fictitious names.
Yeah, buddy. But yeah, she was like, yeah, we going back to like our home games. She was like, yeah, one home and one away. In regards to how things were back in Gateway, it was just different times. But like I said, it was to me
Yep.
one of the most fun times that I had basketball wise, socially, everything. But
Good time.
continuing on, man. As you said before, our conference really wasn't like the best conference, but we always look forward to seeing the schedule come out and seeing Grace. Either it was a Grace
Right.
tournament or it was just playing you straight up. And
Right.
The years that I played basketball against you, which was I want to say uh, fifth grade, no, sixth grade, seventh grade, and eighth grade, and it was like every even year was the year that we beat y'all, and in the odd years, y'all beat us. You know
Is
that.
that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was crazy, but like I said, man, every game was just super competitive. I know how you were saying like with yourself. Can you recall how many points you averaged back then?
I don't even remember. Um, I don't remember. It was definitely double digits, but I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, my old coach Travis Watkins was like, "Yeah, this man came in. Talk about me. This man came in averaging like 26 a game. I mean, it was, yeah, it was just fun times, man. You know, just balling. But like I said, you knew it was on and popping when Grace, you know, was on the schedule. It was like, here we go. Like this the main
Always.
event. You know, it was just some fun times. So, you know, it's a pleasure to be able to play against you. And there was a respect factor. You know, I don't know if it was like a buzz around, you know, outside of Grace and Gateway in regards to you and I, but during those times, 'cause a lot of people who know me now, you know, they don't know the athletic, you know, the balling, you know, Smooth. They know Smooth from what I'm doing now, but it just
Right,
really cool
right,
to be able to have someone on the show who knew me from way back then, and
right.
you know, just tell it if you don't mind, tell everybody just about the battles that Grace and Gateway had back in the day.
Um, it reminded me of those little those corny little movies where there's the school that's the inner city school with all the black people on there, and then they play the other school, and there's pretty much all white, and there's like one or two black dudes on the team, and like it was like that. Like it was always a big deal. You know, you guys, your team was always super duper athletic, and again, it was just like how I described, like those little Save the Last Dance movies. Like your crowd was always crazy. The cheerleaders were always crazy, um, and of course that intimidated Grace. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, it was fun. It was always electrifying, as they say.
Yeah, man, just hearing you talking about it and just reminiscing, boy, just like man, where them
You ready to
times
take a
go?
time machine back to 1990, whatever, to bring this back?
Man, let's bring the
For the
'90s back.
look, for the 9-5.
Right,
Ooh.
right, man, definitely some great times, man. So you went to Gateway. I'm sorry, Grace.
Right.
What led you to go to North County Christian School?
That's another one. I don't know. I
Here
think
you go.
I think my parents had some people from my church that went there, or something like that, and or friends that something that they already kind of knew, people that went there, and um I think that was the bigger factor. Is I think I'm not sure. If I had to guess.
And another follower of the show, shouts out to Natasha J. Tasha, she says she agrees with you when you said the whole no face, no case. She says, I'm with you when you're right. No hashtag, no face, no case.
No face, no case.
Put that on a t-shirt, but that still seems like it's skewed more towards the guys than the ladies. So,
It's universal. It's universal.
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, but I can see y'all to use that line faster than we can use that line. I'm just saying. Y'all know how we smart and we know. We like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
don't get
true.
one up on him.
That's true. That's true.
Y'all see,
That is
y'all,
true.
y'all,
That is
y'all
true.
just more advanced on being more sneakier than us. Okay.
We just smart. You're right. We know how to think with the right head. Thank you.
She said the right head. All right. Well, we'll say that for after the show too. But anyway,
Oh God. like you're gonna need a whole separate stream for the after show because y'all got some good topics to talk about.
Yes, we do. So, tell us about your time at North County.
North County, North County. That was good times. I was um, transitioning into high school, and uh, thinking I'm becoming my own. Uh, Getting older, and that 13 to 14 and 15 year age is a big deal. North County, North County was it was cool, I guess. I mean, I mean, looking back, like I mean, it is what it is. It was it's things I didn't like, things I did, but it was overall it was a good time.
One of my friends who also went to Gateway, but then after the grade school years in high school, he went to North County. Also, you may know him, Layman Griffin. Remember him?
Oh yeah, Layman. Yeah.
Yep.
He was in my class. Yep,
Man, when I tell
yep,
you, this dude had springs. Like
yeah.
I don't know what happened. He got some bionic calves or
Yeah, he
something.
could jump.
But this
He could
dude,
jump.
man, he was my height or a little bit taller than me, but can
Yep.
jump out the gym.
Yeah, he could jump, man.
He's
He-
currently he's an artist right now in regards to an actual artist
yeah, I've seen
painting.
some
Yeah,
of his work.
and
Yeah.
he also been really big on physical fitness. I know he's a trainer as well, so
So
definitely got to connect with him again. Miss Williams says we're not sneaky, we're strategic. You're still sneaky. You make
In
oh
that order. Thank you, Miss
okay.
Williams.
no you still sneaky. You just make it look good and strategic.
Tomato.
Mm, mm, mm,
That's what
She
it
said
is.
it. We're strategic. Take it for
That's
what you want.
that's what it is. But yeah, so now
Look, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. How about that?
oh Lord, here she go. There she go. So the Chestnut Boys, did they play with you at Grace too and at North County?
No, it was only in North County.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, North
Can,
County.
can,
Yep.
can you elaborate the who the chestnut boy?
Adam, and his brother Jared.
Yep. The twins.
They
They're a
were
dynamic duo.
they were brothers. I think Jared was definitely older. I think he was
Well, that's right.
I
That's
think
right.
2 years older than his little brother Adam, but they could both ball too.
Yeah.
And they were kind of our rivalries when I was at Grace, and
Right.
then when I went to County Christian, then we were on the same team. And I think I was I think I was a freshman and he was a junior. I think when I came, yeah,
So
something like that.
from that time when you moved from Grace being that guy to now going to North County Christian, did that change or were you still that guy at North County?
Um, I mean, I don't know if we're saying that guy. I mean, uh, I don't know. I mean, it was. I think any guy when you're hooping or any sports, um, and you're pretty decent at it. I mean, it just comes with especially I mean on a much 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 lower level than these professional athletes, but it all comes with part of the game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
chicks like the athletic cool guy. I mean, that's just that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, so a little bit.
So getting to your later years in high school,
Yep.
were you getting any offers for basketball?
Uh, yeah, I was. Shoot, I can't even remember all of. What was it? I remember Murray State. It it was some little ones. It wasn't it wasn't like Duke or nothing. Um, and by that point, by my senior year, it was almost it was almost like for me it was I feel like I should have went to other schools. So by the time I was my senior year, I could have got a real look. You know what I mean? And so by my senior year, I was just like, I was that. I kind of stopped having the fairy tale stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'll, maybe I'll play in college. Cool. If I do, cool. If I don't, cool. Um, I think that's kind of when that the hunger for money switch flipped on in my head. Um, that senior year, freshman college, that whole year, yeah.
That's what's up. Rashonda, she's now in the chat. She says
Oh,
he he,
hey,
he always thinks he's that guy. LOL. Then she said, just kidding.
I, I, I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even say nothing.
Shouts out to you, Rashonda, doing big things as well. And once again to
Nice.
her brother Rodney. Everyone, go ahead, take this time right now to go ahead and share with the people. Let them know about the platform, Sports Talk Show. Yo, Wednesday night Sports Delight. It's going down. It ain't gonna stop, won't stop, can't stop. In my Diddy voice, doing big things
Yes,
right
sir.
now. Got my boy Brandon Demps on. Bunny should be back very soon. But yeah, incredible conversation right now with my guy. Been on him since once again grade school years, doing the early '90s. Some great competition, great games. So it was definitely fun. So, what college did you end up going to?
I am going to Southeast Missouri State.
Okay,
Well,
see.
I went to a couple different colleges. I went to a couple community colleges, Flow Valley, St. Charles Community College, um, and then I ended up going to Southeast Missouri State. At Southeast Missouri State, that was like my first real college experience down in Cape Girardeau.
So, what was the reason for the different schools?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think I was in that part where I didn't know what I wanted to do,
Mm.
and the parentals, it was like, okay, I get that, but you gotta go to school at least. So, um, and I think that's what it was, and then I think I ended up going to Southeast because I followed some chick out there.
Uh oh.
Shout out to Ashley.
Oh, and you name drop. Now see, we can't talk about high school, but college, we gonna name drop the person.
Hey, but Bunny, that could be an alias name.
All I know, even if it's a fictitious name, your name drop, it would give you for high school.
Yeah, we still I think me and her was still cool. Yeah, we still cool.
Okay. Hey, you like it, I love it. Question
Part
though,
of history. Part of history.
do you have any regrets going to different colleges since you just stick with?
I mean, I wouldn't say regrets. I think when you get older, you kind of look at things differently. So yeah, I would. I probably would have. Probably, if I had the chance to do things differently, I probably would have came out west early on versus, you know, staying local and doing the southern thing. Um, but I mean, it is what it is, though. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
I would.
So,
Oh, go ahead, Bunny. I'm
oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
Oh,
No,
you go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
You first, ladies first. Take over.
It's what you say now, but then when the after show gonna happen, it's gonna be a whole different. It's all good. So when you got to school and you switched went to SEMO, was your passion for basketball as slowly fading, even if you weren't on the roster, but like
I
football, you didn't
mean,
have an interest anymore, or how was it?
it was No, I still love basketball, but I think again it was that my love for money just kind of started taking over, to be honest. And like I was just trying to, even though I had little like jobs, mall jobs, I was just really, really trying to, you know, get out of that. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I was always thinking of some type of hustle or some type of something, something.
Right.
So, but basketball was still there. It just wasn't as strong as it was before.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. In which leads to you eventually moving to LA. And you said before you should have went out west. What is it? What was it about you going out west? Why LA?
Um, I've been asked that question a billion times actually. It really wasn't a reason why I came out here. I came out here to visit my homegirl Angie, and
Another name dropping, another
All
A
right,
name.
hey, two A's, right? Something about them
A's with
A's.
the A's, huh?
well, it's just the homie though. But I came out to visit her in Studio City. It was like 2007 or something like that. 2006, 2007, something like that. And then like I kicked it out here, and I was just like I was just like wow, like it was just everything. It was I remember she took me to Jamie Foxx's house as well. So it was a lot of action for the short period of time I was here, and even opportunity. So then I went back to St. Louis, and then I think 2 weeks later I booked a one-way ticket. Um, and I've been out here ever since then, like 2007 or something like that. But it wasn't nothing specific. I just came out.
You feel like you had nothing to lose, everything to
Yeah,
gain, right?
yeah, absolutely. Why not? Why not? Why not?
Take a shot. Take it now
Yep,
or never.
So is
yep.
that something that you encourage others to do? Is to step out of your comfort zone and just get out there and see what the world has to offer?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you hear all these billionaires and billionaires. They all say the same little slogans. Like no matter how it's worded, it's all the same, and they all say the same thing about getting out your comfort zone, whatever that is. And to me, it was getting out of the comfort of St. Louis. It was. Um, I mean, I knew. No, I shouldn't say everybody. I knew a lot of people there. Had a lot of connects. It was just easy. It was just easy to bop around the city. Um, and it wasn't. I just wanted more personally. So, um, but yeah, yeah, get out your comfort zone, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So that's one of the life lessons you took in dealing with, and you would pass it on to anybody else.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely,
Cool.
absolutely.
So
So,
while in college, prior, of course, to you heading out to the West Coast, what did you major in?
Marketing, marketing. Um, yeah, and even yeah, I wasn't the best in school. I was just lazy. Like it wasn't. I was interested in business classes. I do remember that. But I mean, just because there was some type of ROI in it, and the ROI was, you learn business, you learn money, can make it eventually, make some money. But everything else, I just wasn't really into it. Yeah, yeah, I was a lazy college student.
well, at least you're honest. You knew that's what you were.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my motto was C's get degrees. And, I mean, it still is my motto, actually. C's get degrees.
Mm.
Nobody cares if you made straight A's in college. They just want to know if you got a degree, and even that's not even that big of a deal
I
now.
was gonna say because people are
True.
doing something, making millions of dollars and don't have a damn degree, and then people
A
who,
lot of
Yeah,
like you
money
said,
makers actually are like that.
and people who have multiple degrees can't find a damn job anywhere.
They
yep,
got no money
yep,
because they paying off student loans.
yep, yep.
So let's talk about the Student Loan Protection Group. Tell us about that.
Oh man, yeah. So that was a company. Um, I started with two other people. When was that? 2000, maybe 2013 or something like 12, maybe. I don't remember, something around there. And we consolidated people's student loans, get them loan forgiveness, get them out of the rat race of paying, those high ass student loan bills every month. And we did that for some years. Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
So was it someone that you were with, or like who helped create this student loan protection group? How did everything just
And
get
is,
started? What was like
and is
the
it still
So
main
active?
motivation from it?
so so basically, it was an ex girlfriend of mine, and she told me about um, somebody she knew or something like that. Somehow we got on the topic of student loans, um, and at the time I was part owner of a extended car warranty company out here in Orange County. And so it was a call center, and basically I was ready to get out of that situation anyway. So my ex at the time, she told me about the student loan business. And then long story short, we put a play together. Um, and I ended up working for a student loan company so I can kind of learn the ins and outs and take from that, put it in our company and blow it up type deal. So that's what we did. Um, but yeah, that's what we did.
Is
That's
it
what's
still
up.
in business now? The
No,
student loan company?
no. We stopped doing that in uh 2016 maybe,
Mm.
and that's when I started. 2015 or 16. That's when did the flip over to the cannabis. Uh, yeah.
Great segue because I was just about to get to it. So Bunny has the green screen. B Demps was talking about trying to find ways to get that green, that paper, to now the other green in regards to the cannabis industry. What led
Right.
you to get into that industry?
I get that question a lot too. So I had a buddy of mine. Shout out to Everett. He's part owner of a cannabis business called damn, I forgot that quick. Um,
I hope this is not from sampling
Presidential.
too much of the product.
The name of the company is Presidential RX. And basically, I approached him. I was like, "Yo, let me invest. I want to invest into the company." And he started that out of his bedroom downtown LA, and they were already doing 4 million a year. And I was like, "Yo, let me invest." And he was just like, "We don't need any money. We don't need any money." Eventually, I think maybe a year later or less, he was like, "Here's the opportunity coming up. You invest." Um, and so I started investing with him 25K. I gave him 25K, and the returns on it was just stupid. It was just stupid.
Wow.
Um,
How
and
long did
and
it take to get your return? Like months or a couple years?
I mean, it took um like 3 months, 3 months, and then everything after that was profit. Um, and so, that's not, if you know anything about business, you don't get those type of returns.
My eyes about to come out my head.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 months return at the.
And there was no term on the deal as well, meaning, I still get paid, even though that was seven years ago, I still get paid now from then. Like there's no term. So with that being said, it was just like, and this is why I got into the business. And with that being said, that told me that yeah, they're making a lot of money, but they don't know shit about business
Mm.
because you don't just not give somebody a term on investment.
True.
You know what I mean?
I about that stock market don't give you no return that short amount of time, and we still know there's limitations and stuff as well.
Right, right,
Got so
right,
many shares out there, you know.
right. And so yeah, exactly. And that's why I started my company Westbrook Pacific, to like kind of bring the little bit of business knowledge that I know from the student loan company and from the extended car warranty company, and kind of bring some type of structure to cannabis, because I mean there's a shit ton of people making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in this industry, and they don't know basic business. And so that's kind of, that was my segue into the cannabis business. I guess about 7 years ago, I think.
Why do
And
you
you haven't
think?
looked back since, huh?
Right.
No, I have not.
Why do you think over these last few years now that the cannabis business has just grown so much and gotten so popular to the point that now states are taking that law away, that it's illegal and whatever. Why do you feel that there's been a big boom with that?
um, I think there's a couple reasons. I think um, we finally got the real information on cannabis, weed, whatever you want to call it, versus the crap that they tried to preach to us, growing up. You saw the commercials, drugs is bad, and just say no, the dare campaigns, and all that good stuff. Um, and out here in Cali, it was medicinal in '96, and so um, of course, typically, what they say is usually West Coast usually catches on to things and trends and stuff quicker than the rest of the country. Then it kind of falls into play. And I think with cannabis, that was one of the things that happened. You know, you're using, weed because you have seizures and cancer and all these crazy, incurable diseases, and now the thing that they told us no to, um, is helping you with your seizure, with little kids and all that kind of stuff. Um, so now I lost my train of thought. What was your original question?
the reason why over the last few years there's been a big boom with cannabis slash
Yes,
weed.
yes, and yeah, yeah. Long story short, research. I think research. I think the influx of social media, athletes and entertainers, and and I think again, um, and I talk about this all the time too. Like our generation is different than our parents' generations. We are not just taking whatever you say and just running with it. Like we gonna try to figure it out. Like nah, you can smoke weed. Like it's you've never heard of anybody. There's no history of anyone dying from weed, but yet there's millions of people and millions of research and history of people dying from alcohol. And that's a whole nother topic. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
And so I think our generation is just different.
Hmm.
And for
So
more
it's a little
progressive
mixed.
minded thinking.
Say that again.
More progressive minded thinking.
Yeah, more progressive, absolutely. And I think with each generation, I think that's typically how it works and how it should work.
I gotcha. Well, I hopefully the statistics have come out, let's say, in the next 5 to 10 years regarding how violent crimes dealing with the marijuana market or cannabis market, it'll
Hmm.
decline violent crimes and all that illicit activity that they say is associated with it.
Right,
And that's an
right,
asterisk because you can put illicit activities with all those politicians in office, but let's not go there. So
right.
I'm avoiding it. Hopefully, it does help to steer when more legalizations happen. You don't need the black market. That's what I'm getting at.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Again, it was marketed, you know, um, amazingly. Like they marketed to make it the most horrific thing. To now they want a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, it's an interesting industry. Very interesting industry.
And got a comment. Now he didn't post it yet under the platform Sports Talk Show, but Layman, he is tuned in, and he said that y'all won state in 2000.
Yeah, yeah. Senior year. Yeah. I think we're undefeated that year.
Mm.
If I'm not mistaken.
And Layman,
Yeah.
do me a favor, if you're still watching, post your comments under the platform Sports Talk Show, so it'll be shown on the screen, and we can definitely have the world see it, and we can interact even more with you. But yeah, once again, just an incredible athlete. Dude can jump out the gym. He could probably jump from the ground to the arch top if he wanted to. That's how great his hops were back in the day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
going back
Good
to
dude.
he was just talented, man, and a definitely good brother, definitely good brother. But going back to cannabis, um, we all know over the last year it's been crazy with COVID.
Mm.
Did that slow down anything for you during that time frame, even to this
No,
day?
it was actually the opposite. Um, I mean, pretty much everybody, not the, I did. That's another question too. I've gotten that question too, and it's I hate to, you know, because a lot of people took some L's, but the cannabis industry did not. Like, I mean, I mean, as a whole, it went through the roof actually. Um, um, but yeah, the pandemic didn't really affect my industry, really.
And truthfully, that's the same for our show, Bunny. And you're
It
like,
actually enhanced it. Yeah, that's
yeah,
real talk.
because of course we had that period of time where there was no sports being played,
Right.
and a lot of our guests that we had during that time would have normally, probably been busy coaching or
Mhm.
whatever. But it gave us the opportunity to reach out to them, and it gave viewers who didn't have anything to watch sports wise for a long time, gave them an opportunity to watch our show, which it actually made things even better for us. So, like you said, there's people who are in businesses who lost their businesses, lost a lot, and we hope and pray that things get better for them. A lot of people were like, "Hey, COVID came and just changed my life in a negative way,"
Yeah.
but like you said, for your business, it peaked in which people were even saying, hell, weed may be one of the cures for for COVID.
COVID.
I don't know about that.
They be like, hey, shoot, try this, man. This may work out, and whatever, whatever else. But
Right.
then these are the same people that thought that COVID wouldn't affect black people or wouldn't affect people under a
Young
certain
people.
age and stuff like that. But it's good to see that you were still able to do what you do with your business, and everything was still going strong. But
Same with you guys. Yeah.
we know this is a sports talk show, so we have to merge together. Someone says weed should be illegal in basketball, in baseball, in football, in soccer, in swimming, in whatever else. You say what to that?
I say that's ridiculous. I mean, it's just it's just ridiculous. I mean, again, not one single human has ever died over weed. I mean, that's the argument right there.
Mm.
Do you think
Not one.
people who have never played any of the sports who are saying that even have a right to speak on it, or if they said they've lost somebody because how they I don't know who they is, but they say that cannabis is a gateway drug to other harder drugs, and then that's affected people's family members who die from that. You know.
The other thing with that too, that's also a proven fact that it's actually not a gateway drug. It's actually the complete opposite. So I mean, just with any topic, if you're not well versed in it, you just say whatever you think or you heard or and I get it. But again, it's 2021. Google is literally a finger tap away. So I would just say, hey, go do your research. There's not anything. It's not my opinion. It's just facts.
So, do you do a lot of speaking engagements?
I've done a couple. I've done a couple. I like to be behind the scenes. I'm that guy. But I've done a couple here and there. Um, I've actually had a little. This was some years ago on an investment I did in St. Louis at a friend's house, and I had some people come through and was talking about a project I was working on. Um, I don't know when that was, 2000. I don't remember, some years ago. But yeah, I mean, I don't do them, often, but from time to time.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And Westbrook Pacific, everything is steady booming, huh?
Yeah, Westbrook. Yeah, yeah, Westbrook Pacific. That's my little baby.
Hmm.
my my little. Yeah, that's my little baby, man.
Does that put you in position to to meet celebrities or athletes, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, on a whole nother topic, I've the celebs I've kicked it with and been to
Hmm.
their house and I text and it's just a whole nother. I got some stories, but um um yeah, we're actually a brand that I'm also part owner with now. We're doing a lot of artist stuff, um, and we also started a label as well. But like the baby, little baby, Jacquees just posted us a couple days ago. G Herbo, a lot of little young guys. Um, I've I'm wasn't never a big fan of the younger music, but this industry, and now I'm doing business and potential business with them now.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Are you still in contact with people from your Gateway? I'm sorry, from your Grace and North County Christian years?
A couple. Grace, I don't think really. Maybe just on Facebook or something. I mean, probably the one that I talk to more frequently is Phil. This guy, he was on the team too. Nikki, it's not too many, but it's more so on social media. We'll say what's up or DM each other and stuff like that.
That's what's up, man. It's definitely what's
Right.
Yes, sir.
up, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
it's definitely been fun having this conversation with you, man. Been years in the making. Um, what are your thoughts right now with the current state of the NBA? Do you still follow the NBA a whole lot?
Yeah, I think the NBA is I mean it's interesting just because of the pandemic.
Hmm.
Um, I mean besides that, it's definitely a little softer. Um,
Oh, now you sound like Shaq. And then people get offended.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I mean, that response is exactly what. Just why? Like, why are you offended? Because you're soft. I mean,
True.
like
I'm
who?
acting like little Pillsbury, and out there,
Yeah, I mean, they're. I would say they're definitely probably a little more athletic, um, but I don't think they don't have the heart. I don't think, you know. Um, I still watch the games. I still, big basketball guy, but it's definitely changed from when I was growing up during the MJ era.
So
do you see a diff? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna just ask. So you know that with COVID, we couldn't have the huge celebrations and everything, but I know
Right,
that when the Lakers won the championship last last season, what was the vibe? What was the mood? Do you feel that LeBron James has gotten more respect? Because we know that the first 2 years, yeah, they love him, but they knew that of course he's not Kobe.
right,
He's not Magic. So do
right.
you think that he now solidified himself to be mentioned in the same bracket as a Kobe, as a Shaq, as a Magic, and etc. Now that he's won a ring?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely put him up there. Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, LeBron. I mean, even I mean, it's one of those things too. Like when someone just is just a winner, just in life, um, all the time, consistent. Like it's one thing just to win one time, but just to keep winning at whatever you're winning at, people get annoyed by that. And I think people are extremely annoyed with LeBron, and even he's still just athletic. You know, yeah, he definitely not as quick as he used to be, but his hops is still there. His jump shot has gotten a lot better, and he just keeps. I mean, he keeps winning.
And then that team on your jersey finally won the World Series during the of course the pandemic season.
Right.
Thoughts on the Dodgers winning. Now, do you? I'm pretty sure of course, because you repping the Dodgers. But are you still more of a Cardinal fan than Dodgers fan? That'll be
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, Cardinals fan, of course, of course.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not and people hate this. I'm not, I like Cardinals, but I'll wear a Dodgers jersey. I also got an Angels jersey. But I mean, it's a shirt at the end of the day.
Hey man. Hey, especially out there. You know how people are. Hey, what are you wearing that? You wearing the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
jersey colors. Whatever.
You can't wear a San Francisco Giants jersey down there, can you?
Nah.
I don't know. I mean, I went to the. This is a funny story. Me and my business partner, we went to the finals game, the Cavs versus the Warriors in 2017, 18, I think. And we were wearing LeBron jerseys, and the whole arena in the Bay Area, of course, were all had on Warriors. Um, and we thought people were gonna say something, but like everybody, no one didn't say anything. It
Oh,
was
those
just,
are some extra nice fans up there. You go to the right city with the opposing team jersey, oh, you get
oh yeah,
slaughtered and hounded before you even get to your seat.
yeah. We didn't think it through, but at the same time, we was just like we was LeBron fans. We were LeBron Cavs. We were, eh, yeah, and the Warriors won that day too. So I think we got a little jokes when we left, but it wasn't nothing serious. Nothing serious.
Hmm.
And tell us about just the vibe of the Dodgers winning the World Series.
Um, it was the same thing. I mean, it wasn't like a real. I mean, people were happy, but again, with the pandemic, wasn't able to get that real, flood the streets and do all that type of vibe. But everybody was, I mean, that's, I mean, until you just said it, I totally forgot about it. But that
Mm.
was huge. The Lakers and Dodgers winning the same year during like the worst time ever in history of life. Period. So it's wild. Like it's like literally part of history, and to be a part of that too. Like this was, when the Lakers won the last championship, I was living downtown, which a couple blocks away from that, and so that was I was there to see the parade, and I was in the parade, and got to feel that vibe. So it was definitely different from that, from the first time. But yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, Bunny. I know you had a question earlier.
It happens. I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Please think about it before the show ends. So we discuss, the highs that's been going
Yep.
on in LA. Lakers winning, Dodgers
Yeah.
winning. Let's talk about the lows, if you don't mind. The
Yeah.
the passing, the tragic deaths of Kobe Bryant and
Yeah.
and Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. The the Kobe thing was huge. Was I mean that was that was just huge out here. I mean Kobe, his crib is, I don't know, 15 minutes from mine.
Oh wow.
It wasn't, um, it wasn't like, one of those celebs where you just don't hear, like everybody has a Kobe story. Whether he was at, the grocery store, or saw him on the 405, or whatever, there's always some type of, you know, Kobe story. And, for me, he was MJ part two, you know. So it was the vibe out here was just really, it was weird. It was weird for a little bit. Same thing with Nipsey. I think with Nipsey, with that one, it was, he was finally getting that big break as a big artist, and he was, um, smart. Like he was very smart, and he was a positive guy. I've actually had a couple of conversations, twice, two conversations with him. Um, he was dabbling in the cannabis game, and Bitcoin, and um, just to see how, where you come from and where you're going, and right when you're about to take off, someone, you know take that away from you is kind of whack. And so that was I think that was a month apart from each other, if I'm not mistaken, or was it a year apart? I forgot. Maybe a
Nipsey
year.
was 2019 and Kobe was January
20.
2020.
Yeah. Okay. So it was about a year apart, right?
And
Yeah, because
then
it was crazy. Well, the Kobe thing caught everybody off guard. It was so devastating, and then that's also when COVID-19 kept gaining
Yeah.
traction.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
then
So
2020. I mean, what 2 weeks ago? Excuse me. We heard about Tiger Woods and that terrible accident happening in California, and I'm like,
yeah.
what the world is going on out there?
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. You, I always say too, I think too, like when you're on a certain level, you know certain BS happens. It just comes with the territory, you know. Like you look at little things that happen in your life, and you think it's a huge deal, um, but it's like it's you can handle that little situation. And when these celebs get in some shit, like, but they're a big situation. So it's like I just feel like that always comes with the territory. Like whatever your blessings is, some big ass bullshit is right behind it, you know, and it's up to you to kind of get out of that
Yeah, that's
if you
definitely true.
can. If you can.
Yep. So, what is next for Brandon Demps?
What's next? I don't know. Um, I'm still swimming in what's now. I don't know. weed stuff, a lot more weed stuff. I think eventually, outside of the industry, I want to get into um, the restaurant business, just like a fly ass restaurant. And I think that's kind of what I wanna do after we.
Uh-oh. So that means when you open this fly restaurant, you're gonna invite us to the grand opening or the
Yeah,
soft opening?
absolutely,
I'll take either or.
absolutely, absolutely,
Hey man,
absolutely.
yeah,
I really kind of want to do a infusion of food and high end of weed and high end food and kind of possibly. I don't know if I want to mix it yet, but I definitely would like to do both.
hey,
But
Hey,
yeah,
it'll be
you
dope to
guys are
do a
had me
always
at
live.
invited.
restaurant.
It'll be
Oh,
dope
you
to do a
add
live show.
cannabis to it, hey?
Say that again.
I said you had me at restaurant, so if you add cannabis to it, no.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely,
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
that chef in Atlanta, she's known for doing. I think she was put on by Two Chains, or she's affiliated. Forgot her name, but she had something like that in Atlanta, or she may do just private dinners for people, but it's definitely cannabis infused. Regular
Yeah,
food like salmon or
yep,
spinach or something like that.
yep. I've actually had someone do that for me. Actually, it was sliders, it was ribs, it was mac and cheese, it was all infused with weed. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of private dinner parties that do that. You know, they're pretty pricey, like 5,000 a plate. You know,
Oh,
um,
oh,
some
that hell exclusive company. Oh, Smooth, you
yeah,
ready for that level? Woo-hoo-hoo-wee.
yeah, and I think it's cool, like to just kind of that high end level of food with a plant that you know that was so bad for you. Like the irony of now eating it with some high end food is just it's just I don't know. I like the irony of it.
and I was saying this, going back to how you were saying that during the pandemic, it helped your business, like it helped with the platform sports talk show. But this is a perfect time, even now, to work on those entrepreneur skills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
'Cause this is the time to really develop different mindsets of what can I do during this time. Because there's plenty of opportunities right now to really jump into stuff. I've always said we always work our butt off, giving 110% to a job that or to doing something that we don't like to do, but we don't want to give more to stuff that we love to do. This is the
yeah,
time to take advantage of whatever skill set you have, whether it's doing hair, whether it's like yourself being in the weed business, whether it's me DJing or whatever skill that you have, cooking, whatever. There's so many different ways now to take advantage of an opportunity to let your brand be known. So for
yep.
you, how big is it? I know that you going to college marketing, uh, being in business. How big is it to brand yourself like crazy?
It's very big. It's even you know because I mean at the end of the day you're always selling yourself. Even if you're not selling anything, you're selling yourself. Social media is just selling who you are, whether it's a meme or some shoes or your eyebrows. You're selling something that you want the world to see. And so when it comes to a business, it's the same thing. You have to brand it correctly, um, get the right audience, know your audience. But branding, marketing is literally everything. Everything.
And how big is patience when you're doing a business?
Patience is luckily I was, and that's actually one of my one of my my best qualities, and I don't know why, but I'm extremely patient. Um, and when you're patient, it just you can look at deals and projects, and you look at it from a different POV versus someone that's impatient and they want something now and it has to happen now, and they want success now. All that now shit is I mean, it's like it's that, it's now. Now, it's gone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And but the patience is man, patience is everything.
It is.
Everything.
It is. You can't just expect to put in something and try to get something in return in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
It definitely takes patience, and if you grind
Yep.
right, if you're doing the right stuff, then you'll see your, no pun intended, your plant, your seed to grow.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so for those watching, having business aspirations or you already been in the game but needing a little pick me up or whatever, we hope that this episode of the Platform Sports Talk Show with our special guest, Mr. Brandon Demps, has helped you
Yes.
out. If you have a passion for it, don't let nothing stop you. Bottom line, go for it. We ain't saying be dumb and do something crazy at your job. I can't stand this job no more. I'm gone. Just be have a plan. That's the big thing.
Hey, sometimes doing that is good too, though.
Yeah. But still have a plan behind that. Don't just be all cold turkey and you don't know what you're doing. Have a plan first. Before you go ahead and throw something at your job. Whatever. Just have a nice plan going, and I always say let God use you, man. So it's definitely been a great conversation with you, man. Once again, over 20-some years since we last talked, but it's good to see that you are still doing big things, bro. One last thing.
Yes.
There was some breaking news in the NBA recently. LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs has decided to part ways. So there'd be a buyout, and he'd be a free agent. And I kind of seen from day one that, of course, he wasn't going to be the guy to fill Tim Duncan's shoes. But I just never saw him being a guy that's going to really succeed in San Antonio. Yeah, he'd be under Popovich, but he just didn't seem like he was that kind of guy to me.
Right.
I honestly think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I see him on the Clippers squad.
Interesting.
A bunch of disappointments.
Uh-oh.
Shots fired. Pow, 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 pow. And in St. Louis, that's a not day thing, every hour thing. Here nor there.
Every minute.
Here nor there. Well, I'm gonna say, bring this with some LA flavor. So you remember when LaMarcus was a free agent, wanted to leave Portland, and the Lakers baited him in, and of course he didn't like the first meeting with him, Kobe, and the owner, so they did it round 2 of that, and he still decided to go to San Antonio. And back then, I was like, LaMarcus coming from a small market in Portland, it suited him. Not just with the on-court dynamics of the organization as well, but because if you were going to LA or even, let's say he's going to go to New York, those big markets, it comes with extra stuff that all players aren't able to handle. Even though they want to be the man, trust me. Like, you know how Kawhi is a mute person as far as communicating with the media and fans. He has no social media page. Right now, he's in big LA market, and he's this guy. Surprisingly, it hasn't eaten him up yet, but I know he did a few years on a contract with them, but he finished it. But his game is bigger than LaMarcus Aldridge as well. But I thought when he was saying he was leaving Portland, he was looking at certain more. I'm like, that's not gonna fit, and it's not just with the coaching. It's like that's not you. Portland fit his game. The people hit around him, how the organization was ran. And I think he was just looking at, he must be like the second guy, which he was already in Portland like that. So I don't know if it was just a money thing, but I was like, Okay, you can see, big men are not a dime a dozen that has some decent skills per se,
Right.
but
Right.
he wasn't having that. You gotta get him, or y'all team is just gonna suck. He don't have
Right.
that. So if they parted ways. You said the Clippers maybe. Um,
Maybe.
Hell, send them to the Knicks now. At this point, so you want to go another big market. The Knicks is
Yeah.
evolving. They're not gonna do too much this year, but
I
definitely.
don't know, Bunny. Have you seen the Knicks? They are in
I
fourth.
have seen them, but hey, what I tell y'all about some other teams? Regular season is one thing, playoffs is another, and that's for a reason that everybody doesn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be built for the playoffs. New York is not built for the playoffs, even coming out of that weaker East. They're not ready for it yet. They're getting the pieces together. We know Thibs is a defensive minded coach. He'll hold them accountable, but the competition for the East still, they're not ready. Give them another year. They need a little bit more cooking in the oven, and they'll be good to go
A
next season.
little more cooking in the oven. I like it.
So
might, have to, might, have to,
silly.
might have to do a t-shirt for that. A little more cooking in the oven.
So silly. I just think about the restaurant that Brother Demps was talking about, still have food on mind.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But yeah, as I was
Absolutely.
saying, it'd be dope to do a live broadcast from his new minted restaurant. So definitely
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
definitely got to see what's up with that, man. And we definitely got to keep in contact. Once
Absolutely.
once again, we thank you, man, for being on this show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for
For
having me.
everyone watching, as soon as this show is over, it will be archived. So if you missed anything, you can go back on Facebook, go back on Twitter, on YouTube, and you can watch any part of the show and previous shows that we have had for the platform Sports Talk Show. Anything that you wanted to, any people you want to give a shout out to, Mr. Demps, before we go ahead and end this stream?
Just all the STL homies, everybody, the Chinamans,
Yeah.
the emos pizzas, Cecil Whitakers.
Bunny
Yeah,
shaking
just
her
all
head.
the $4.99 late special, two topping, man, oh
Hey,
man,
hey. After the
man.
pandemic, ain't nobody prices that cheap no more. Even
Right.
They
Chinese food, when everything is going up, even if everything look, and them $4.99, no. Not
man,
even the wings at Illusions. I don't know if you ever had the wings at Illusions.
I haven't.
They ain't that cheap no more either.
Is
The club wings went up. So you
is
know
is,
something got real.
is Bing Lao still in business? I think that's on the north side. Bing Lao.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Off
Yep.
of Grant, yeah. They ain't going nowhere.
Okay, yeah. That's it. Shout out to Bing Lao.
Mm-hmm.
How's the Chinese food out there, man?
It's real Chinese food. it ain't China, man. I mean, my one of my business partners, he from St. Louis too. He hates the Chinese food out here. He's a Chinaman guy. But yeah, it's different. I guess it's probably more the right way. I guess out here. I guess I think I don't know,
Well,
but it's different.
there's a right and a wrong way. Now let me stop.
Right. That too. That too.
But yeah, man. So once again, thank you for being on our show, Bunny. It's been fun.
It certainly has. And you gotta say the line about everybody gotta subscribe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on.
Stan. We shall see you next week. Get it on and popping. We will have our announcement for our guests next week on the platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure once again that you go ahead and like us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. You see it on the bottom of your screen right now. Go on YouTube, hit subscribe, click on that, because anytime we go live,
You will be notified.
it's the platform Sports Talk Show. Your boy Smoooth along with,
Bunny.
and from the West Coast, special guest.
Hey, be Demps.
There we go. When it's about sports,
It becomes our business.
and business continues to pick up. Everyone, Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Be Demps. Go ahead and stay on to after the party. It's the after the show. It's the after party. You know how we do it. And everybody,
cool.
everybody else, we out. We out. Ride. We out. Ba-da-da-da-da-ba.